Okay, Andre, please introduce yourself. And
Hello, my name is Andre Loy. I'm currently the president of IFOAM, Organics International. But in November this year, I'll step down from that job and I'll be the director of a new organisation called Regenerative International.
Where is that located?
Our office at the moment is in Minnesota, Finland, Minnesota.
Really?
Because Ronnie Cummings from the Organic Consumers Association has registered Regeneration International in the United States. We'll be working on issues like climate change, particularly changing agriculture from being one of the major problems to becoming one of the major solutions, so that with the right form of agriculture we can take carbon dioxide out of the atmosphere and put it into the soil as soil organic matter.
Mm-hmm.
The other areas we'll be working is in the area of GMOs, because the new generation of GMOs have the ability to destroy life on this planet as we know it. Mm. The technologies such as CRISPR and gene drives can start changing animals and plants and humans in such a way that it will endanger life on this planet. The other one that we'll be working on is agricultural chemicals, toxics in our food supply, because they are also endangering life as we know it on the planet. They'll be our three main areas, and for that we have to fundamentally change agriculture on this planet.
And what will you be doing?
I'll be the director of this, so I'll be working
Really?
full-time.
Are you moving to Minnesota?
No, I won't move to Minnesota. I'll actually have more time here on my farm, which I'm looking forward to. My trees here are long overdue for a haircut.
You are located?
I'm located in Daintree in North Queensland, Australia. It's a wet tropical area that's situated on the Great Barrier Reef.
Yeah, you were just saying what you really love to do is farming.
Farming is my passion and my life. It's something I just enjoy doing. And at the moment, being the president of IFOAM, we have over 900 member organisations in 125 countries. So I have to deal with an enormous range of issues. I've always got different balls in the air while I'm juggling. And when I start working for Regeneration International, I can concentrate on three main key issues. I won't have to travel, or won't be travelling as much as I travel at the moment, so I'll have more time on my farm, so I can start pruning my trees and actually start the packing shed up again and start producing and selling organic, biodynamic organic fruits.
And what would you say, because I know that you've gone to many agriculture ministers around the world forwarding organic as a choice. How is it going? Which countries are we looking to hope that this will actually occur?
We're actually seeing most countries in the world. For me, the big change since I've become IFOAM president is that I don't request meetings with ministers. They request meetings with me. I go to countries because their government wants to meet with us to work out how they can build their organic and biodynamic sectors.
Really? So they're interested in biodynamic also?
Yes. Look, I think for most of them, they start with the idea of organic because it's a market, it's a way of value adding. But what happens very quickly is that the domestic market grows. And as that grows, the discerning consumers particularly want biodynamic because they actually see it as a higher quality.
Wow. Well done. Well done. So I know you went to Africa and Asia quite a lot. And so what are they doing about pest control?
What we're starting to use now is what we call, For pest control now, the most effective is what we call functional biodiversity. That's where we bring in the host species for the insects that attack our pests. So rather than spraying things out and nuking, bringing things back to this monoculture, these dead systems. We do the opposite. We bring in biodiversity, we bring in life, and that life brings in the other organisms that actually help protect our plants. And this means we don't even have to use organic sprays. We can actually have nature doing the work for us and building these very productive, resilient systems.
Could you show us your book? I want to do this one.
Yep.
Yeah, tell us about this book.
This book I wrote in 2014 called The Myths of Safe Pesticides, and here I show the science that there actually is no evidence-based science that any level of pesticides in our food or environment is safe. I go through the myths that our governments and regulatory authorities put out all the time to say that it's safe, for instance, that they're scientifically tested for safety. But the reality is they aren't. They only test one ingredient, but the actual formulation that farmers use is not tested for long-term health problems such as cancer or endocrine disruption.
Or autism.
Autism, exactly. We're seeing this epidemic of what we call non-contagious diseases in our societies, and we now have very strong evidence that these chemicals that we put in our food are some of the major causes. Not the only causes, there's a whole range of other things that we need to remove out of our environment, but by cleaning up our food supply, that is the best way to start.
And your new book?
My new book is called Poisoning Our Children.
Let's put this one down so I can see you.
Yeah, the new book is called Poisoning Our Children, and that has come out of my first book, where as I started to look at the science, I realised there's no evidence that any level of pesticides, doesn't matter how small, is safe for the unborn, for the developing fetus, for the newborn, and also for children as they're growing up and going into puberty. We now know that amounts as little as parts per trillion can have dramatic effects on the development of our next generations.
And of course, glyphosate being quite key in this one.
Well, glyphosate is one we actually have very good evidence now showing that less than parts per billion can cause a range of severe health problems. And I want to explain how small these amounts are. A part per trillion is the equivalent of putting one drop into 3 Olympic-sized swimming pools full of water.
Wow.
This shows that there is no safe level. And now that we're testing it, we're testing for it, we're finding it everywhere. It's in our